We got a great show for you tonight, guys. The one and only, the Benton Birge has come by to hang out with us. We're going to have Paul Benton on the stage, added to the collection of the famous, the man that needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only, the Diamond D.
How y'all doing? You outside, Benton?
Oh, sorry. Be nice, people. Be nice.
My God. People's mean now, ain't they?
I don't know, man. What is wrong with people? Come on, man. Let's get off of it. Jeez Christ.
Fire them.
Peanut Gallery's a little hostile tonight. All right, guys, we love you. We appreciate y'all all for coming by and hanging out with us today here on Locker Room Sports. Dean, today we are going to break down a list of top 5 SEC players. There's a little flash. Just a little peek. And we're going to talk about some of the top signing quarterbacks over the past 10 cycles.
Years. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to challenge Dean on that one. If he can tell me where they're at.
Birge, yeah, I will too. Birge, we got his list too. We got his list up there for you. Yeah.
My list is a little bit. Who's the one you challenging me on?
We'll be half of them. About half
Connor
of
Wegman. Oh, I know who it is.
We didn't know where half of them was at.
Yeah.
Where is Connor Wegman now?
I don't even know. I think he's a youth pastor.
He's pretty good. Wherever he ended up doing pretty good.
As long as he's not doing stuff with Bama guys, Alabama's trafficking people. What the heck's going on with that? That is terrible. What are we doing?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That guy was part of Alabama got trouble for trafficking. That's a freaking joke. What a terrible thing. They don't need to go to jail. Them kind of people, you just string them up by their toes. That's what I'd do with them. What Charlie Daniels said, you take a tall tree and a short piece of rope and tell what Charlie Daniels said.
Or to let the rabbits and the bugs and the alligators do
the rattlesnakes and the alligators do the rest.
I ate some gator meat last night. It was good.
Yeah, I'll eat a little bit of gator bites. We had some in Florida.
I was going to say one thing, y'all, and more than it'll be the only thing I say about Nashville. We did go to downtown for about an hour yesterday. Absolute, utter chaos.
Yeah, that's wild.
Partying, dancing, party buses all over the place.
They dance out on the road down there, don't they?
I've never seen anything like it. Okay, but I got one question. When did Nashville become that? Does anybody know?
Probably the past 20 years.
It was not like that in the 80s.
No, probably the past 20 years because what it is, all these new writers, these songwriters.
I'll move there.
I mean, like just for example, maybe y'all don't know Theo Vaughn, comedian. They live there.
Okay.
On 3, like football, we're going to bring them up here. And the Crane Company, they work for On 3. They live up there. Okay. I think Josh Pate, don't Pate live up there too?
I think he might actually.
Yeah, he does. So, you got a lot of sports media because it's really Nashville's really the hub really for especially SEC sports media. It kind of used to be more Atlanta, but as of the past 15, 20 years, Nashville is really so a lot of people live there. And
Media Day is going back there next year, right?
Well, the SEC tournament for basketball is there every year.
SEC Media Days. It'll be back there. It was in where this year? Tampa.
Yeah.
But the basketball tournament's there every year.
Right. Yeah. But why would you want to put the SEC football? They ain't a SEC team beside Tallahassee's kind of close to Tampa, but not really. I mean, I've been to both. They're not close.
Florida's only one.
I'm sure they bid on it. They bid on it. And
Gainesville.
Yeah, they do.
I personally think it should be in Atlanta every year. I'm being honest.
Well, Sankey said that a lot of people come after him, don't mean after him, but email him or, hey, man, we'd love to have you guys in town because it brings business.
Yeah.
So he said a lot of places offer their services, and he just kind of has to flip a coin or drop draws to where he, wants to have the band strike up the music out, I guess, every year for SEC Media Days.
I would think Atlanta or New Orleans.
What up, Ben?
But Atlanta
went down to Mississippi July 18th, and you can say that their high schools are big. And Mississippi. Yeah, they got some nice junior colleges and stuff over there in Mississippi. They got some good football over there. Today, main topic.
D1 teams.
They could. The main topics today, Dean's going to get into the Kentucky Wildcats, Bluegrass State. Coach Stein, coming from Oregon, going to be calling plays. He's got a good quarterback. I don't know. Their schedule's pretty tough. He's going to get into it and talk about them. I got Tennessee. Coach Heupel, he cleaned house. He hired a whole new defensive coaching staff, special teams guy. We're going to talk about all that too. And
okay,
we'll get into it. You want to go first? Or?
Yeah, I can.
Tennessee and the Kentucky Wildcats.
Well, y'all know, as we all do, Kentucky's a basketball school, but they have to field a football team. And they didn't think that Soups was getting it done anymore, which he did for a while. But they'd tailed off a lot, so they hired Will Stein out of Oregon. Also got Jay Bateman, defensive coordinator from Texas A&M, and Joe Sloan, offensive coordinator from LSU. And like we said, we'll start with the offense. Kenny Minchie, who was the backup played at Notre Dame. And do y'all know, he's not seen a whole lot of action at Notre Dame, but they're expecting big things out of him. Do y'all know much about this kid?
No, not really.
I've heard the name. I know that I'd be handing it off if I was him. I'd be handing it to that running back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was, to me, and the articles didn't really say a lot about it, but C.J. Baxter's their back. And the guys, C.J. Baxter was Texas's regular back.
Yeah, I liked him.
A couple of years ago. And,
24, 25.
Yeah, lost his position. I won't say lost his position, had some injuries and kind of started giving the ball to somebody else. But at one time, he was their man. So he's at Kentucky now. And, that's two offensive weapons, but their running back room's very small. It's him and another guy. Nick Anderson is going to be their wideout. He is got all-star potential, but here's the problem with him. He's not played football in 3 years, y'all.
That ain't good.
He played at Oklahoma, averaged 21 yards a catch, 10 touchdowns, but then went to LSU, got hurt, and he has not played. Now he's going to play for Kentucky, and they're expecting him to stretch the field, but that's a long time off. Am I wrong? That's a long time off.
He's a big guy, too. 6'4", 200
Yeah, 6'4", 205.
Yeah, a year off is pretty good. The time to nearly be whatever, but not. How many did you say, 3?
He didn't play last year or the year before.
Oh yeah,
he got hurt the year in 24. Didn't play at all last year.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're expecting big things out of him. It said he's the player to watch. Yeah. But guys, that's just a long break. They got another real good receiver. Their tight end Willie Rodriguez is good. They got one. How they did this, I don't know. Benton may know more about it. Matt, you may know more about it. But they got one of Tennessee's best linemen, Lance Hurd. He started for Tennessee. Obviously, he'll start for Kentucky. But outside of him, they don't have a lot. But he's all-star. But so you got Baxter, who's been limited the last year or two with injuries. You got Anderson, who's been limited with injuries. Minchie hasn't played much. Hurd's played a lot. Rodriguez has played a lot. And Stein is a good OC. So they're expecting their offense to be pretty good. One of the worst in the conference last year. They're expecting them to be a lot better, but that's not the problem. I think y'all know what has potential for being the problem, and that would be the defensive side of the ball. But the D-line wise, they're not bad. They got McQueese Humphrey back and Jamarian. They got McQueese Humphrey back, another guy that's played a lot, a backup, and they got a guy from Purdue named Jamarian Harkness. He weighs 350.
Dude.
So he'll anchor that nose. Linebackers, guys, it's all transfer portal. None of them's played much. You got to have good linebackers, and none of their linebackers are proven. But like Alabama and like Georgia, they have a very strong secondary. Guys like Ty Bryant, 76 tackles, 4 picks. Terry and Nichols, lockdown corner. Hassan Sykes, another lockdown corner, transferred from West Carolina.
Yeah.
And listen to this. Their nickelback and other safety both transferred from Florida, and it says they will start immediately. Jordan Castile and Aaron Gates. So their secondary is probably one of the better ones in the country.
Juniors, seniors too.
Yeah. Got a lot of experience.
But their front seven, the front three, okay. Linebackers, iffy. They don't really know. Like I said, none of them have a lot of play experience. No names jump out at you. I don't know. What do y'all think? Would you rather have your secondary is only as great as your front seven? Am I right?
Yeah, because if the quarterback has time to sit back there and throw it, then it doesn't matter who you got in the secondary. You can't guard them forever.
So all these guys are great.
It's one of those things where your leading tackler is like your safety, which I've always said, like, that's not good. If they're making it that far up the field, you're probably backing up. You know what I mean? You need to your noses or your linebackers should be your leading tacklers, not your safeties.
Well, and the article I read said the ends are good. They can get a rush, but they're expecting a lot from this 350-pound nose guard, Harkness. They said because even though the linebackers aren't great, he can clog a hole up like Terrence Cody did or Big Jordan Davis did for Georgia.
Yeah.
And they're hoping that he can make a huge difference and be that plug in the middle. And if these guys, they say the secondary is just absolutely just fantastic. But it's going to depend on the front seven. And like I said, you got Joe Sloan, OC at LSU. They didn't do good last year, but they did. They were pretty good a couple years ago. They said he coached Daniels and Bateman from A&M. A&M had a good defense. A&M didn't play a real strong schedule last year, though. Right. I know people don't want to hear that, but they didn't.
Yeah, well,
no, they didn't. They didn't have it, and they barely. I mean, I like A&M, but
let's look at Kentucky's schedule. I mean,
this is the problem too. Here's another problem. Look at their schedule.
I went by it in just 2 minutes, and I'm like,
it's awful. Really you got it. I mean, it starts quick for them too. They get off week, and then they got Alabama week 2. I mean,
I'll let you at it, Ben.
Yeah, I can't pull that up, y'all.
I don't have it on here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking at it, but I don't have it to where I can add it.
I got you.
Oh, I mean, but you are looking at. Say, I can't even see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
They open up with Youngstown State, which should be an automatic win.
Yes.
And like you said, they do host Alabama. They go to A&M.
God, that's 1 and 2. Even if you play well, that's 1 and 2.
You got South Alabama at home, which I think should be a win. Back to 2 and 2. Couple questionable games at South Carolina.
All right, could go either way. Maybe. I like South Carolina. I don't think they win that there. So 2 and 3.
I think Beamer likes his team too, from everything I've seen. LSU at
possible.
Home.
Maybe I'm gonna say.
I mean, they got a lot of talent, but jury's out on LSU. I mean,
yeah.
At Oklahoma, that'll be tough with that defense.
I think that's 2 and 5 right there.
Yeah. I got them only 2 wins at that point too. Then you go. You have a home game against Vanderbilt. They should have a chance at winning that one. Yeah.
I don't think Vanderbilt's going to be bad though, y'all.
No, I don't think they'll be as bad as everybody's expecting. But I do think, by that time of the year, maybe the quarterback is settled in. I mean, he's got tons of talent.
Curtis.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a win at home versus Florida November 14th.
I think they're going to win one. I don't know which one, Matt, and I could get on board with that, but I think they're going to win one, either South Carolina or Florida.
Okay.
And possibly maybe, Florida's still rebuilding a little bit. I'm sorry, they are.
And being at South Carolina, I'm just going with the home team. That game at Oklahoma is going to be tough too. But they do have the bye week before they play Tennessee, which, we're going to talk about them. But it's at Tennessee. God dang, man, their tough games are on the road.
Every one of them. I think they can beat Louisville. I got them winning 5. And one of them is going to have to be an upset, guys. They're going to have to get an upset to go 5-7.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got them winning 6. Louisville, Missouri, Florida.
Well, you got them betting.
South Alabama and Youngstown.
I know that the publication I read had them 4-8.
That's what I got them.
I got them 5-7. Let me just I'm putting this. So, Matt, you got them winning 6, which is definitely possible.
But that's with like they're gonna have to upset Florida or Missouri. They may not beat Missouri. I mean,
See, I got them beating Missouri. I'm not real high on Missouri.
Right. But it's at Missouri, and if their defense, if their noses ain't ready, Hardy and them boys are ready. I mean, Missouri's gonna be able to score some, but how good's Missouri's defense? They're gonna be able to stop Will Stein and this high-powered, Oregon Ducks 2.0 offense because he's a good quarterback. Oh, homeboy, he's good.
Well, they're saying that they're not expecting a lot out of Kentucky this year, but they say it's coming. It's going to take some time, but they say it's definitely around the corner. And they're going, they're not going to run Stein off if he goes 5-7. Get out. That's not going to happen.
If they go bowling, I'd say that if they make a bowl, that's a win.
Oh, I'm.
Let's say put him up there with a statue with Calipari. Yeah. I mean, if he goes bowling with that record, if he wins 8.
If he wins 8, he gets a statue. They're going to bump Cal's statue off.
Who do they play? Okay, and I know this sounds crazy, y'all, and I'm just trying to create an argument just because it's early. Sometimes Alabama usually gets better as the season goes on.
No.
Sure.
Any chance of an upset in Lexington the second week? Is it in Lexington? If it's in Tuscaloosa, no, there's no chance.
It's in Lexington. Yeah, 3:30.
What I'm saying is that's just very early in the season for Bama. And I don't like the way Bama plays early.
Because DeBoer he'll go beat a freaking 8-0 Georgia team.
Yeah.
And look like, like got it all figured out. And then they go dump one to a freaking, Florida State, won like 4 games last year.
I don't 4 games. Stupid. 4, maybe 5. Do we need to worry about that one, Benton, or we think we'll be okay?
I don't think they lose to Kentucky. It don't matter if they played on Mars. I don't think they lose to Kentucky. Second game of the year. If they do, then you better hope you bet the under on their win-loss.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Tennessee, later in the year, can they go into Knoxville and win that? Which Matt's going to tell us about Tennessee.
Yeah.
This is a good segue because what I would say to that is tell me who Tennessee's quarterback is.
Yeah. I think
that Brandon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Faison Brandon?
They got 2 or 3 guys.
I thought it was going to be – I thought Faison was the next Manning. I mean, seriously.
I think he's projected to start. Matt I know he did the research on it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Tennessee Vols, guys, y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up when you come by here on the page. Appreciate y'all coming by here, Locker Room Sports. Benton Birge, Northwest Georgia Scoreboard Show, and the famous Diamond Dean. They're broadcasting live from Acapulco. Working on his tan down there. So we're going to dive deep into this. The trenches of Knoxville. I would. And we're going to try to give you a full, unfiltered rundown of Tennessee Vols. Their roster shakeups, guys, the defensive powerhouse, and a brutal schedule of high-stakes quarterback battle that could completely define the program's whole ceiling of where they are under Coach Josh Heupel. So first of all, we need to talk about the guys they have new that's coming in. So Jim Knowles, everybody knows the name, defensive coordinator. He was a big hire for the whole offseason. Knowles arrived in Knoxville after coaching elite defensively. We know he comes from Ohio State and Penn State. Both his stops, they're known for playing defense, okay? Big money, signed a big deal to go through January of 29, worth about $2 million per year. But he completely changes the whole defensive identity for this standard coverage to highly aggressive style coverage. This is what's going to be different for Tennessee. Jim Knowles brings a highly complex, aggressive scheme designed to dictate the game towards the offense, where Tim Banks, the old defensive coach, he was kind of your traditional bend but don't break, make sure you have the right guys on the field type stuff, philosophy to protect against the deep ball, what we kind of just know, probably how I would coach it, just regular kind of football. Often lacked that killer instinct, though. Tennessee's been lacking that on defense for years. So Jim Knowles' approach is this. He builds up his entire defense around the perimeter from hybrid edge rusher guys from a jack linebacker style. This is how they play. So his players operate as a stand-up defense end linebackers who roams the line of scrimmage back and forth and hides their intentions. Then they create massive confusion when the ball is snapped. It's that kind of defense. So Jim Knowles, his final approach is that they force the offense to play chess. And he loves to show a heavy blitz. This is a lot like Kirby does. Kirby kind of plays this way too. They'll show a big heavy blitz, then they'll drop out and drop 8 into coverage. Or they'll play 8 and they'll show a clean look, and then they'll all run up to the line and bring like how Kirby would hide a safety on the other side when he was at Bama, and rush a guy from the other side. So It's going to be – this is maybe the mark that helps them get over that hump that they lack, because Heupel's going to draw up good plays.
Yeah,
so
he's a good player.
He is. So the next thing was a defensive coordinator. They got Anthony Poindexter. He was hired away from Penn State. He worked beside Knowles. He's an elite former All-American safety at Virginia. Andrew Jackson, he coaches the linebackers. He worked with Knowles at Penn State also. Then Derek Jones, and they got a new cornerback coach. He is a completed 2026 defensive staff. He come in February. It's going to be a quick pivot from the hiring also of Michael Hunter Jr. Jones, this guy is 27-year-old coach veteran who previously worked with Knowles again at Duke, and he has extensive SEC experience from his time playing at Ole Miss. So it sounds to me like also the director of sports performance, Heupel, has replaced this longtime strength coach with a national champion, Josh Seganol, a defensive analyst, added him to a highly unique analyst hired back here in July. So
he pretty much cleaned house, didn't he?
He just told Knowles, I like you. Do you have guys that you trust that you can bring with you? Bring you 3 or 4 guys with you. He said, okay, I got some. Do you have a strength coach too? Yep. So he just new strength coach, co-coordinator, linebacker coach, secondary coach.
Wow.
So we're going to see a new kind of Tennessee football. It's going to, me, now I don't know this for sure, but from what I know and what he describes, and you can go back and watch Ohio State and how they roam. This is when they won the championship. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. It's a real Kirby-like kind of defense. Okay. Now here's the main question. Everybody wants to talk about the quarterback. That's the big question. So Heupel now enters the fall camp, and he had one of the most talked about quarterback competitive positions in the whole country, choosing a highly percentage approach rather than just going to name a starter real quick. So following the departure, we know, of Aguilar to the NFL, the race has started off stark contrast of young. We know they got 2 young elite guys. Now this McIntyre, which I know y'all know about him, I think he played up there. Okay.
Yeah.
He played at Franklin, Tennessee, 6'6" guy, 4-star. He can throw it all over the field. He's going to bring in a year to the system and a familiarity after getting, developed through the high school and where he played at. He did get some snaps for, 25, real smart guy. Now, Faison Brandon, true freshman, massive 5-star early enrollee out of North Carolina. His explosive athletic ceiling generates intense momentum through spring camp, making this a true live race. But the Ryan Stabu kid, some redshirt junior, he's from Colorado, transferred, who provides critical veteran depth to the overuse of the incredibly young quarterback room. So there's your 2.
So it's supposed to be Brandon,
elite,
right?
Yeah, you got an elite guy, which is Brandon. But, this McIntyre kid, he's like – it'd been like if Josh Hampton went to play at JSU or something when he – he went to Troy, same thing. But, you know what I'm saying? Local guy, in-state, people know, right. They love him. Well, then you got Faison Brandon, a kid from out of state that's, he's a typical Keelan Russell type guy. He's, tall, athletic, run around, throw it.
He's
smart
5
with the ball.
stars.
Yeah, he was a Elite 11 participant. So
I'm not
I don't
acting
know
like
who-
I've got inside scoop, but I got a cousin that's a big Tennessee fan. He seems to think it's a done deal with Brandon starting.
yeah.
And they're just going to throw him to the wolves. Whatever happens, happens. He'll
If
have
they
to
don't
do
win a
pretty
bunch of-
bad to get pulled.
If he don't win a bunch of games this year, they probably feel like, well, we're working towards something. So, we'll get him ready for next year. But the problem with that,
You get transferred.
I know. So then what do you do? So spring guys and the offense weapons that they're going to have, while the quarterbacks just seem like they're just unconfirmed at this time, is what we'll say. The winner of this will inherit the offense stacked with weapons highlighted during the spring. The Bishop kid, Dean, you liked him last year.
He's
We
good.
talked about
He's
him.
good.
Yeah, he had a good season last year. He rushed over 1,000 yards, had 16 touchdowns. His focal point in the backfield, and he's a real – in the spring, these are notes from the Vols.com that he was a real vocal leader in the huddle for them this spring. Now, also, the Staley kid and the Matthews kid, the wide receivers, a pair of highly touted underclassmen that are dynamic targets expected to make significant jumps in the targets and for the strength against the opposing secondary. Yeah.
I think he had a pretty good year last year. Matthews.
Yeah, Mike Matthews.
Yes.
Spring standouts also from Coach Knowles said the big defensive hitters. Coordinator Knowles was really fired up about this defensive scheme that he has to work with these players that he has. Retool staff focused to be more aggressive and play more pressure and to keep their eyes and be the physical anchors of the team, such as guys like this Carter kid, the linebacker. He had 160 freaking tackles.
If I'm not mistaken, is he not considered like possibly the best defense, one of the top 5 best defensive players in the conference? Carter,
one of the best linebackers for sure.
How about Arian Carter, right?
Correct.
Yeah, 160 tackles, and you play at a big D1 school. You're probably that's pretty good.
He made that many.
Yeah, 160, 13.5 for loss.
Wow.
At Tennessee, I mean that's. I mean you make like. If you make that in high school, that's good.
Yep, that's good. 15 games,
Yeah. Also, the Jeremiah, the Tallender kid, he's a relentless. He's a real big thumper, plays side to side. He can run the field.
He is good.
Now, the Carter, this is what Knowles said. He brings a real 39 games of hard-hitting SEC experience. Well, he's got, but Tallender's got 158 tackles himself. So Hobbs, this guy on the defensive line that Coach Knowles liked, he's very disruptive up front as a tackle. He's tasked with engineering the interior pressure at a nose, clogging run lanes for this new style defense. So under the league's updated scheduling matrix, the Vols face a demanding 9-game SEC schedules where an 8-win baseline is no longer, that's just not the case anymore. So it's going to be it's a different style of football because we know this year this 9-game conference is for everybody. Well, early the Vols open up the season at Neyland Stadium hosting Furman before they get into an early road test against Georgia Tech. Now, the SEC gauntlet, period. Navigating fiercely through this conference rivals, including a critical border battle against Kentucky early alongside high-stakes games against standard SEC powerhouses. Now, FPI guys are giving them 7 wins. So let's just start at the top and
I've been hearing 7. That's what the experts say.
Yeah.
I hadn't picked yet. I'm talking about us 3 hadn't picked yet. I think we're the mark though, aren't we?
They watch us to find out where they. He emailed me. Dan did at FPI.
Their biggest fan in the world said that everybody's picking them to go 7-5. Let's see what y'all think they'll beat Georgia Tech, Matt. What do you think about that Tech game?
Yeah, I do. Tech's a way different team than they were this year. I think this new defense is going to be Knowles. Man, his background's just too. I ain't gonna call him Kirby because they ain't but one Kirby. Mm-hmm. But he's in that room with Kirby. Kirby's running the building, But Knowles he's in the freaking building, man. I mean, he's a good play caller. I think he is.
Yeah.
So the real test is going to be this the 26th of September. They're going to be home. Tennessee will play Texas. So they should be 3-0. I don't
think they beat Texas.
If Knowles dials up some kind of great game and maybe their defense is going to be better, okay.
Well, y'all know how.
I just broke down what they talked about their running backs and the quarterback. They're not sure, and you notice one thing that didn't come up in this stuff that I brought up here and typed up, and I went through Vols.com and some of their pages to get information. I typed all this out. There wasn't a lot of talk about their offensive line. Did you notice that?
I didn't hear anything about him. Well, he went to Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think he might have been their best guy.
Yeah.
That's what was so odd about that. I mean.
So I don't – do y'all see them beating Texas? I mean, I don't.
No.
Okay. All right. So they ain't beating Texas. Then the next week, starting in the month of October, this is when they're going to get on that run. They'll get to stay at home. Talking about Tennessee Vols here. They're going to welcome Auburn into town.
I think that's a big game.
It's at between 3 or 8. They don't even have a time yet. Maybe there's a time on another site, but it's going to be evening or late game. This will be one of Brown's big first on the road. Holy crap,
Yeah.
There's 120,000 people that want to rip my face off. He's never played in besides being in Tuscaloosa 2 years ago, quarterback Brown and Auburn, these players ain't never played, and it's going to be a big thing. Now, Golish has been there. Remember, he was the OC under Heupel, so he understands it. I don't know. I'm going to pick Tennessee. It's at home. I'll just go with the home team.
Yeah, home, and like you said,
Arkansas.
First game. I think
the
they win
probability
that.
to beat Texas is 35%. So that's kind of out. Auburn, they have a 65% chance to win that one, so we're good on that one. They got a 64% chance to beat Arkansas, but we have broke down Arkansas. They're probably Arkansas.
They're not going to be great.
Dangerous. They're going to be a dangerous team because remember you went through them, right? And quarterback and all these offensive lines coming back, and they don't have his running back, and they got
good
some guys
receivers.
in. Yeah.
I don't think they'll have a good record, but again, they're not going to be an easy team to beat. Their schedule's so tough.
Tennessee gets the win at Arkansas, you think?
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
It says a physical on-the-road test in Fayetteville, but Aaron Carter and Jim Knowles' defensive unit must lock down the line of scrimmage to prevent an upset here. So it's 64%, but FPI, this is what they're saying now. The Alabama game, this is the third Saturday.
Where's it at?
It's in Tennessee, Neyland Stadium. Win probability for Tennessee is 44%. FPI lists the Crimson Tide as a narrow favorites on the road, making a defining game for Tennessee's playoff ceiling. So this is –
I don't think so this year, not with Alabama's returning defensive backs and a freshman quarterback,
Yeah,
I don't think so, but I'm not being a homer there. I just don't see it. They may be having quarterback issues.
And they're going to have a tough time beating – Alabama at Birge, or
I have Bama being their second loss. I got them at
5-2.
5-2 at that point.
Right. All right, at South Carolina, that's going to be an absolute shootout kind of a game.
I think
really
they lose that.
It's going to be at Williams-Brice Stadium away. Probability, listen to this, FPI has it at 50.6%. Breakdowns the stands as the closest projection of the entire season in the nation. This is one of the closest picked games by anybody. Williams-Brice is notoriously hostile, making this a true coin flip game right before the Halloween open date. So they know they got a week coming up to be off. You just seen who they've played. Their gauntlet has been just Texas, Auburn, Arkansas, Bama. So they're going to come off they're going to play Bama hard. They want to win that game, especially being at home. Then they got to go to South Carolina. I think that they are a
think
little
they're
knocked
losing.
around. Yeah, they're a little beat up in the head. They're probably looking forward a little too much to being off because they are tired and beat up. I don't see them beating Bama and South Carolina just back to back. There, it's going to be a tough time.
No, I don't either.
I actually have Tennessee beating South Carolina. I think South Carolina is going to be one of those teams. It just depends on which way they go. But
yeah,
they have South Carolina has Alabama on the 26th, then they have Kentucky, but then they go to Florida. If South Carolina drops that game to Florida, they'll be thinking about it that whole off week. They have an off week before they play Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
And I think Tennessee goes over there and beats them.
Okay. Yeah, the FPI says that's the closest pick game out of all the games.
Out of all the college games.
It's literally 50-50. You kind of want to side with just because it's at South Carolina, you think Tennessee will dump them, but Lenore's them is good, man. They got a good offense. We broke them down, last week?
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah,
they're not – this is a real – on paper, this is a real good even by talking it up and looking at both schedules and looking at both teams. It's a real even matchup, man. It really is. But the nod kind of goes – South Carolina because of the quarterback play. That's what gives me. It's at South Carolina, and Lenore Sellers is going to be commanding that field way better than either of the quarterbacks at Tennessee for me.
Right.
I mean, as far as Tennessee's quarterback,
Birge, I don't have any. We always play lawyer on this show. We do this a lot, and Birge I don't have anything I can rebut what he's saying. I could see it either way.
Well, my argument is, I know the Faison kid, which if he is the starter, he's a talented kid. He's not there for no reason. And the way I look at it, Heupel's kind of had a new quarterback every year, and he's been able to be at least pretty darn successful on offense. And I don't think nothing changes. And I think this guy's got the ability to move around in the pocket a little more. And I don't know why I'm high on Tennessee, but I like Tennessee to go to South Carolina and win, and then win at Kentucky or at home against Kentucky the next week.
Yeah, I could agree with all that.
I think the Kentucky. I was just saying I think Kentucky could upset them, but I think, if I got to pick it, I'm going to pick Tennessee to beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
Here's the offensive line we was talking about. Pendleton kid, he's a redshirt junior. He returns as a starting center for Tennessee. The Mo junior kid, he's a redshirt senior. He was 2025 first team All SEC selection. So that's two good signs. You got your center back, and you got another senior back. Now you got a Perry kid. He's a redshirt sophomore who played 12 starts across as tackle and guard. And then the Shamad Umarvera, a redshirt junior offensive lineman with 10 prior starts. And then you got sophomore standout shifting from right tackle over to left tackle, the Sanders Jr. So,
yeah, Sanders Jr., by what I'm looking at here, is their best pro prospect, 6'6", 300 plus at tackle.
You're right. New depth added was the Ori Williams, a sophomore from LSU. Then the Haslam. He's going to drop NBA basketball. He's going to be backing up. Lamar Haslam's going to be coming over as a redshirt senior transfer, working in the depth guard. I'm just kidding.
You think about Haslam that used to play for Miami?
Yeah.
Udonis.
Yeah, Adonis.
I didn't catch that for a second. I'm like, what's he talking? Who is this guy?
So Kentucky, where
I got Tennessee.
Kentucky. I'll go along with that.
A&M. Oh, Lord. I don't think so. I don't know. We really don't know a lot about A&M. And we know they got Reed back.
46%, guys. That's what FPI says.
That's a little high on the road at College Station.
A&M's pretty good, they didn't even have a great team one year, and Alabama was very good, and they beat them down there.
We're going to say A&M beats them at home.
Yeah, I think so.
That home, they play Kiffin's going to come back to Neyland, and he already said in his media day to have the golf balls and the mustard ready.
That's what he said, ain't it?
I think they can beat them. I think Tennessee can win that.
Yeah. I kind of feel that way too.
I'm actually going to pick them to win that.
I'm not going to try to get off on that train right now because I got fired up. I think I went on Friday night and talked a little while. I was mostly talking about LeBron going to 76ers, and I talked about Ryan Clark crying about getting fired. But this came up.
Clark got fired.
Oh, you ain't been in town, have you?
No, I knew about LeBron going to 76ers.
It's our roundtable topic, so we'll get into it. I don't see why is people so high on LSU? What in the Sam crap is they done? What is the deal? They got 50 guys in the portal. 50. Why are we high? Sam Levitt come from Arizona State? Who the heck did he play like? What? He's some kind of
I'm going to
ball
defend Sam Levitt a little bit. I think Levitt is a capable quarterback. I think he's a pretty good player.
Sure he is.
But he's been hurt and he ain't been able to practice.
Yeah, right. I mean, he said in the media day that he's not even going to get all of them together till like here next week.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt there's talent there. I mean, but what's the odds that all that talent is cohesive and you actually get
just
it done?
Because Lane's their coach?
I guess, yeah.
I mean,
that's the only reason.
Because that's what he does. He brings in half a team new. It seems like every year.
I just don't get it. They had them ranked above Bama like at 5 and had Bama at 6.
Got them ranked above Ole Miss with the two top offensive players in the conference coming back.
They had like LSU, Bama, and OU. Hell, OU's defense they're going to be, and Mateer's back. I don't understand.
And their receivers back.
How the heck could you put LSU above Oklahoma?
He's a killer. That's Satania. I probably shouldn't have put him in the top 5, but he's good now.
Sure,
he beat
absolutely.
Alabama last year.
So I didn't mean to get too far in the rabbit. I don't see the freaking Jap slapping crap about, dang, Lane Kiffin is Elliott. Oh my God, they're win 10. Shut up. They're not going to win 10 games.
I think by the time November 21st comes around and they play Tennessee in Knoxville, I think it's going to be, it'll be telling by then. The season, LSU and Tennessee season, we'll know who's going to win this game.
I think they can win that game.
I mean, I think they can win it, yeah.
I got Tennessee at 7.5. They either go 7-5 or 8-4.
At Vanderbilt, I'm going to say they beat Vandy. So they can beat
they got Vandy, some payback there.
LSU, they beat Kentucky, and they beat Arkansas, Auburn, and then they win the first 3. So I got them at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Probably got them at 7.5 too, to be honest. Right?
Yeah.
You and Benton.
That's exactly where I got them.
7.5.
7, 5,
So we all about the same on that. They don't win no more than 8. They don't lose no more than 5.
Now, if something crazy happens and they screw around and what if they beat, they go to South Carolina and win that game?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they can.
Is there any chance in hell that they beat Texas? I mean,
I don't know. Texas offense can go stagnant sometimes, or it did last year.
I mean, I have them at the 8-4 while winning the South Carolina game.
Yeah.
So
if they beat A&M or Texas or LSU, they're going to be 9-3.
Yeah,
I agree.
He goes 9-3.
Yeah, that's a great season for Tennessee.
That's a good season. I'm telling you. I talked to
is 9 the ceiling or is 8 the ceiling? Like they're probably going to win 7, but they could win 8.
I think 8's the ceiling. I don't think they win 9.
Okay,
that's a tough schedule. I mean, you got, and I don't like the fact that they're not playing Alabama or Georgia, but they probably like that fact. But I don't know. You got LSU, you got South Carolina there. I'm telling you, this Georgia Tech game's not going to be easy. They got a tough schedule. I don't like this 9 game. It's too hard on teams.
Well, you can thank your boy. Thank you for that because I'm
not a fan of it.
He minds his daddy Petiti.
Well, I know they did that in the Big Ten, but the Big Ten top to bottom's not as hard.
ACC's doing the same thing, but that's not comparable.
No. It's just not.
I mean,
don't
these
care what they
schedules are
say.
ridiculous. There might not be a SEC team in the dang playoff.
I've argued with the guys from. Well, I was on TikTok the other day, and this guy, he's wearing he's an all-knower of college football, and he's wearing a freaking Blackhawks hat, hockey hat. Like, dude, shut the hell up. Your teams, Rutgers and Northwestern, well, your bottom guys, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll send Auburn up there to play Rutgers. Well, Rutgers did beat them 3 years ago in a bowl game. No, that was Maryland. I said, it's not. It was Maryland. Well, they didn't. I said, I'll send Auburn up there.
In the game.
Yeah.
But that was Maryland. He thought it was Auburn. I said, it wasn't. They played Maryland. I said, I'll send my boy up there from Mississippi State, Fluff Bothell, will run through anybody on your defense on freaking Northwestern. I said, get out of town with that bull crap. The Big Ten, they're top. And I'm not saying the SEC hadn't been top heavy, because we know Bama, especially when Kirby was there, they carried the league. Everybody knows that. Georgia's, 1-2. They're starting to take over some. But now, the Big Ten's been, they're just the big, cocks on the walk. They're the big chickens on the block now. Because why? Because they've won the past couple of titles. Dude, bull crap. What happened in the last 2 decades? Like, you smoking crack, dude. Just because you're all happy right now, you got like 3 out of 20.
I'm going to give you my experience.
And then you get the Indiana fans. Then you get them coming in. Well, we beat that 8 for you. Okay, good. You got 1. I mean, we won our first one in freaking 1920. I mean, go get in line if you want to hate Alabama, because everybody does. Who cares?
Y'all remember when Stidham was Auburn's quarterback?
Yep.
They were fair. They were fair. Maybe 7-5. They had to play Purdue. Purdue was 7-5 or 6-6. They played in the Music City Bowl. Manny, Brent Hutchins, a friend of ours, asked me to go with him. I thought it would be a good game. It was 63-14. So that was a middle of the road. And Auburn wasn't good that year. That was middle of the road to bad SEC team against a middle of the road to bad Big Ten. And this was about 5 years ago. And it was 63-14. And guys, it was 42-0 quick. It wasn't even. It was awful.
Crap. So that's the topic of the day there. That's Kentucky and Tennessee. Full breakdown. So for all you Tennessee and Kentucky fans, we're glad we got to do that. Let's do our top 5 SEC players. Birge, get yours ready to go back up on there, and I'll throw ours up on there first. This is subjective. This means nothing. This is like buttholes and belly buttons. And hit the comment sections and y'all name your top 5 SEC players. Thank you, Zach. We know we set the bar. I mean, other shows listen to us to get their information.
Yeah, I mean, ESPN's watching us right now.
They better, because they're in a bad spot.
They're going to have to get them for infringement or something.
Yeah, I know. We're going to steal a copyright.
That'd be a nice way to become a millionaire. Bent, you want in on this?
All right, Dean, tell me this top 5 SEC players, and this could have been quarterbacks, kickers, punters, linebackers, whatever.
Okay, and I'm going to give you the reasons, and I'm going to give you – I also consider some other guys, Frazier from Georgia, Williams from Alabama. I did consider those guys. Hubbard from Alabama, Wingo from Texas. Considered them, but I got Chambliss. Come on. Who else? To me, Trinidad Chambliss. And Stewart. He's just such a force. I watched him play against Alabama, and he just, wow, you know what I'm saying? He can change the game quick. So I got him 2. Then Manning. For all the hype, I still think he's decent. I'm going to give him 3. Let's say he has a breakout year. Satania's a receiver for Oklahoma and return man. He killed Alabama last year. He's a good player. I'm talking about the first time, not the second so much. But I do think he is a top-notch player. And I got Xavier Atkins from Auburn because, and me and Matt watched this a lot last year. Man, he just did it all on their defense. He's making 10, 12, 13 tackles a game. He's good. He's definitely their best guy.
I always kind of felt like, too, that Winters kid, which he left, I thought he's a good player, too, for Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Defense.
But Atkins at the end, they were talking about it. He's just dominant. And they didn't have a lot of – he was definitely the bright spot last year for Auburn. And that's why I got him in the top 5.
Yeah,
All
ain't
right.
nothing wrong with that. Any of those are all – and we got 2 the same. And this is
Yeah, our first 2 is the same. That may be
this is one of those things that there's not a wrong answer. I mean,
No.
Everybody sees it kind of different. I'll name 3 guys that's not on there that we could have put on there easily that I kicked around. Hardy at Missouri, and then Weeks at LSU, and then Lacey at Ole Miss. Those are 3 guys that easily could have been on
Lacey,
the list.
definitely.
Yeah, these are good
Lacey
football players. But of course, Chambliss and Stewart, I think they kind of speak for themselves and their adequacies last year of just being leaders for the team and their wins and their toughness in tight games to be able to hold on for the most part and be, great players. Ryan Williams, they had Cam Coleman on. We'll go over all the first team SEC, and Cam they're predicting a lot of, he's going to be, he don't even have as many yards as Ryan. So how can I put him above Ryan? I can't. Now, I've watched Tanya play. I like him. He's fantastic. And I think he's going to have a good year also. But I think Ryan Williams, year 3, Alabama receivers usually have their better year the third year. Second year, Julio to Devontae Smith, Waddle, Michie, all those guys had terrible second year. So I think Ryan's going to have a good – he looks bigger and stronger, seems more confident. He's got married, so he seems more mentally settled. He seems like he's really locked in this year. Now, Simmons at Texas, holy crap, man. I mean, for me, how could you not put him on? This guy's a freaking massive disruptor on the line. Good luck trying to run the ball with this guy up there. You hear his name when they play a lot, that you just do. Mm-hmm. And KJ Bolden at Georgia, I just personally like him a lot. I would take him at Bama in a second.
He's got a ton of experience too.
I know, and I find myself cheering for him. When I watch Georgia, I like the kid. I think he's a great player and he's fun to watch. So,
how many years is he going to play there, Benton? My gosh, we're ready for this guy to go.
Well, they ain't put that 5 for 5 in yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, have you got your list, Birge?
Yeah,
good. Bolden has been playing for quite a while. It seems like he's just been very good the whole time he's been there.
I like Burge's list too. It's kind of a mixture of the ones I mentioned and some of mine. And
I kind of went away from the quarterbacks with my list. I almost had an offensive lineman. I was going back and forth with a couple of offensive linemen that I really like and I think are going to be good players in college and then probably even in the pros. Trying to think of the big tackle's name from Texas. Drawing a blank at this point. But anyway, I had him borderline. This is going to be a name that is infamous in Georgia. I think the Bobo kid at center is one of the best centers out there. He's probably going to be a first-round pick next year. Of course, I do have KJ Bolden at 5 for all the reasons you talked about. Kawan Lacey and Hardy here. Are we confirmed that Hardy's going to be back?
I think so.
No, but I think so. He's difficult to deal with. Big, fast, explosive. And then you talked about it, Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons there. And I think there's probably 10 more guys. Chambliss, I just tried to stay away from quarterback because it could be up and down. But I do think the magical things he done, especially against Georgia last year, getting out of those pressures and getting the ball to the guys, that was Houdini-like. You know what I mean?
As well as I do, that's the only reason they beat Georgia was his ability to get away from those sacks.
Yeah.
Trevor Gooseby, is that him?
That's him. Gooseby. Yeah.
6'7", 325. Holy crap.
He's a mountain of a man. He's going to be a first-round pick whenever he comes out. But he's probably the number one lineman overall that when I did some research. And, there's other guys too.
He's a junior too, by the way. He's not going to come back. But, if he's an IL deal, if he gets a big, but he'll go first round.
He's probably a top 10 pick locked in, I would say. As long as he's healthy, everything's good. You said some other guys that could come on this list. I think you know, you mentioned Cam Coleman. I think he's got tons of potential.
Yeah.
But I can't put you there on potential. I got to see it a little more.
He did better last year.
I feel like
better.
I feel like Manning. Look, there's a lot of Manning hype out there. And,
I just can't. I
like the Manning guy, but I think his line of scrimmage kind of let him down last year.
Yeah.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on this year. I think when you look at Texas' schedule, I think it's tough. And that really doesn't take it away from how good he could be, because I think he could go when he goes pro. I think he could get on a team with a decent line and be a good player in the pros. But I don't know. I think, unfortunately, the way they do the bounce system, he's going to end up on probably a bad team because they're going to pick him up high. Lord, I just hope it ain't the Jets. Anyway.
Jets. They're going to be good this year, ain't they? Who's their quarterback?
No clue. I hadn't even looked at NFL too much yet.
No, I hadn't either.
Yeah.
So all these lists,
that's what I got.
It's a good list. I mean, Bolden, Lacey, Hardy, Stewart, Sim. These are just top 5 guys in the SEC. And I'll say this, since we're talking about top guys, and I know I'm not going to say, well, here's a name that nobody knows, but here's a name not to forget going into the season. Don't forget Malachi Tony. Don't forget where he's at.
Oh, yeah.
This kid is extremely elite. He's fun to watch. He's got a great story. Seems like a really nice young man. I'm really going to enjoy watching him at Miami this year.
He's going to be on Heisman, early Heisman list. I just hope that don't jinx him, I'm sure.
So will that quarterback. He's going to put up wild numbers. Mensa,
yeah. Here's the first team, all SEC players, and second team. Quarterback is Trinidad at Ole Miss. Second team was Arch. First team running backs was Hardy and Lacey. Second team was Jared Ball at Florida and then Nate Frazier at Georgia. First team wide receivers at all SEC. This is preseason. This means really absolutely nothing. It's just kind of like what we just did. Yeah. It's just saying we think these guys, wide receiver Coleman and Ryan Williams. How about that? Let me just step on Birge's toes for just a minute. Most of the high school kids that come out in the top of the nation, Georgia dominates the ESPN 300 blue chip list. I think it's very cool that these two kids played high school football over here at Saraland and at Central. They're first team all SEC players. I love that for our state because we don't get a lot of pump praise for having the greatest of all the high school. We have good players over here, but not as many as Georgia, Florida, or Texas. So I like that Cam and Ryan's on this, his first team, all SEC. Second team is the Craver kid from A&M, and then, of course, Satania at Oklahoma.
You could probably interchange those 4 and say one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And then Green at LSU for tight end, and then, of course, Lucky at Georgia. He's really good. He's second team, all SEC. And that's kind of –
They're really pumping this Green from LSU.
Trey Green, 6'7", 200 plus.
Yeah. He's going to be a first-round pick probably.
Yeah.
Let's put this up here on the – here's one more something before we go to this other list, because that other list we ain't gonna take but just a minute to look at it because most people ain't gonna know it anyway. This list here is this is predictions. This is through SEC Network, blah blah blah. Schools predicted order to finish. They got Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, A&M, LSU 5, Alabama 6, Oklahoma 7, Tennessee 8, Florida 9, Missouri 10. Then out of the top 10, the others are South Carolina, Auburn at 12, Vandy, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Arkansas with only 262 first place votes. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Why in the Sam Dickens? Why? What are we doing right here?
I don't agree with Missouri.
Why is LSU at 5?
Right.
I think Oklahoma has got so many more people back. Now, the voting difference was, as you can see, 1961 to 1914, which is, like 50, about, 40, 50-something differences in the two. Bama, I could put Bama at 5 or 6. I don't have a huge problem with that because if the major question for Alabama is the run game. If they figure out the run game, they could win the whole damn thing. if they figure out the run game. They got the receivers. They got 2 stud quarterbacks. Their defense should be good enough to keep them in plenty of games. Their schedule's not terribly hard. LSU at 5. I think this is a slap in the face to Oklahoma.
See, I
Am I
think
wrong?
6 teams could do some damage in the playoffs, 6 of that top 7, but LSU's not one of them. I do not think they'll make noise in the playoffs. See, where's Texas A&M even at? They're 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, LSU's the only one. I think Alabama could make noise, Oklahoma, A&M, Texas, Ole Miss, and Georgia. And after that, I don't think none of them teams are deep playoff teams. And I'm not saying none of those guys can win it. I'm just saying I think 6 teams in there can make runs. Final 4 possibly.
I think it's kind of like this. I'm gonna color code this off to different color boxes, and this is kind of just what I think. This don't mean nothing. 1 through 7 is what you see here: Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, minus LSU. I don't know why they're on here. I could nearly swap LSU. I ain't gonna say Tennessee, but I just don't get it. That's a top 6. The LSU don't belong on that list. And then the middle tier, 8 through 12, Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, South Carolina, Auburn. I think they're kind of in the same boat. But I like South Carolina more than I do Tennessee. I just do, man. Sellers is getting no love out of this. He's 11. No. Come on, man. And
they ought to be over Missouri and Tennessee. In my opinion, they're the 8. Who's 8th?
Tennessee.
Okay, to me, South Carolina may be the 7th and LSU the 8th, in my opinion.
Well, then the last, you got Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Arkansas, 13 through.
I agree with that.
I don't know, man. I'm just not why are they doing this LSU stuff?
I mean, you got the Lane Kiffin effect. You got, I mean, let's face it, they got talent. I mean, they got a lot of talented players. It's all going to be,
can they match?
Do they gel? Yeah. That's what it's coming down to. And I don't know what their schedule is, but if they have time to get going and they can reel off some wins early, then I mean, I get it. I mean, I think LSU's I think there might be a couple steps too high on that list, but I think that's because of Lane Kiffin. I mean, they
swap them in Oklahoma. And I would say put Oklahoma, Bama, LSU. LSU could be the bottom team for the top 6 that we think that can represent the conference. They're not in the middle of the freaking conference. They're not going to represent over Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's got Mateer and Satania back.
No, their defense is freaking loaded.
And a defense is going to be.
They
were good last year,
but they lost like one of their studs on defense. They brought back like 6 guys. Or 7 on defense.
Heck, they may need to be higher than Texas A&M.
I think Bama. The only reason Oklahoma would have a nod to me, I think Bama and Oklahoma's defense is going to be pretty close. But Lonzie Pierre, see, he wasn't on that list, and Pierre's getting no freaking love, man. At this linebacker, he's really good, and he's not getting a lot of love. Their defenses are kind of the same with Oklahoma and Bama, sort of, kind of. But the nod that Oklahoma gets is because Mateer played last year and Russell didn't. Arfis Mack, he didn't. That's the difference. So I can go along with Oklahoma being over because of their quarterback play. I completely understand that. I couldn't put up any argument with that. But LSU, what are you talking about? What are they doing?
So you got a Ryan Williams at Oklahoma and a proven quarterback. Talking about Satania. Satania's good.
Who's LSU? Who's LSU stud wide receiver? Name him.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I know the tight end and Levitt. That's the only 2 I know. I think they're running backs back.
Yeah. All right, Dean, here's the list we're going to stump you with here.
All right.
Where is Walker Howard at now? Go.
No idea.
Okay.
Well, we didn't either.
Yeah. What about Deuce Knight? Do you remember where he's at?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's at Ole Miss now.
Keep in mind, this is the top-rated QBs to sign over the last 10 cycles.
Howard.
Here's the one I got for you, big time.
Okay.
Where is Malik Hornsby?
Yeah.
No clue.
He is a wide receiver at Arkansas State.
Okay, the only ones I know, I'll go and tell you now. I know Wegman ended up making it pretty good, but I don't remember where it was. But Coral's in the pros, right?
Yeah, he's a backup.
Okay. Fields is in the pros. Lagway's at Baylor.
Yeah.
Helinski, I have no idea. Lama Nico's at UCLA. And I don't know where Jackson Arnold is now. And Zoller's, no clue. That's tough. Kamari Taylor's at Mississippi State. He's their quarterback. Ponatoski, no clue. I mean, no. The only ones I know of is Russell, Lagway, Fields, Taylor, Curtis, Manning, Nico, Coral, and that's it. So I'm about half and half.
So podcast people that's just listening, this is the top rated QBs to sign with each team over the last 10 cycles. Keelan Russell's the Bama kid. He's the Elite 11. He was a 5-star plus kid that's at Bama now. And got Matt Horsby on the list, Deuce Knight, Lagway, Justin Fields, Matt Ponitsky, Walker Howard, Kamara Taylor, Jared Curtis, Vanderbilt, Connor Wegman, A&M, Arch, Nico, Ryan Helusky at South Carolina, Matt Corral, Ole Miss, Jackson Arnold at OU, and then Matt Zollers was at Missouri.
I don't even, and I don't mean it bad. I don't remember him.
Yeah, some of these we didn't. I was like,
Brady Cook, but in Missouri's in the SEC, but I don't ever really know a lot about Missouri.
Yeah, who's Matt Zollers? What's he doing? Like nobody even really cares. No, Zach said that LSU has a Tim Roberts. He's one of their stud receivers. So there you go.
But see, he's not. He may be, but he's not. He don't have the Craver, Williams, Satania, Nick Harbor, Cam Coleman experience.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Or who is Benton? I don't mean no disrespect here. Who is Georgia's receiver? Is it Branch again?
No, Branch is gone.
Okay, well, who's their main wideout?
The only one coming back with decent
stats.
Yeah, decent. Which I mean, when you say decent, I'm talking about like
20 catches.
Yeah, he's actually a transfer from 2 years ago. And now my mind is drawing a blank.
Talking about Colby Young.
No.
Oh, you got Lucky. Lucky's still there, right?
Yeah, the tight end. The tight end room is I mean,
who's their wideout?
Well, you're gonna have two young kids that's gonna be in there, and
Zach was joking. He don't even know who it is. We don't know.
Oh crap! It's a good one.
I don't. That tells you who we don't know.
Zach, Tim Roberts, top player in the conference.
So, the top ones that I would consider, you got the Georgia Tech transfer, Isaiah Canyon will probably be one of the big guys. London Humphreys is the guy from Vanderbilt a couple years back. He caught a touchdown pass in the end zone against Tennessee. Scobie White Helton, he'll take your Branch spot along with Taylor Taylor, which is a redshirt freshman, 5-star guy. That look, guys, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Taylor is going to be a guy that's going to show up and show out. I'm just telling you right now. I believe in this kid. I think he'll be good. They got another kid that'll probably get some run. Landon Rolden. He's a sophomore. He's kind of out of the Ladd McConkey mold. He's kind of a jitterbug that can run, move around, get open. If you're going down the list, you have some other guys like Thomas Blackshear.
Right.
I'm
not saying they're going to be bad, but it's an unproven bunch, right?
Exactly. Extremely unproven besides Isaiah Canyon. I mean, he's got some tout, but everybody else is either low receptions or unproven.
Right.
I really think they're going to focus a lot on that tight end room. And I know y'all probably know who Caden Prothro is, the freshman out of Bowden.
Yeah, I like him.
I've been hearing that he's going to play some wide receiver maybe. So he might be spread out going after some balls. And the tight end room is just
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know.
there's that, and then how's the running back that got hurt in the four-wheeler wreck last week?
From what I understand, he's going to be out probably
Hey, Bowens?
entire season. No, the transfer from Kentucky.
Oh, Dowdell.
Yeah,
Or
Dowdell is probably going to be out for a good portion of the season, but I think it'll be okay because Bowens has added weight. He looked weird. He changed numbers to number 5. It looks totally different. But this is a pretty big dude. I mean, Frazier's kind of, I won't say small. He's kind of short and stocky, but between Frazier, Bowens, and Dwight Phillips, which is like a rocket,
Frazier's good.
I think they'll be fine at running back. I think the biggest thing with Georgia, and I know we kind of got on a Georgia tangent, but I think the offensive line is going to be really good.
Yeah, they are going to be good.
If we can stay healthy, I say we.
That's the thing, man. There's just not there's not the depth that we talked about this the other night. Just in general, the depth of college football that Kirby and Nick ran at Bama, those days, they had 130 players, guys. I'm not saying you guys. I mean the peanut gallery people listening. There's only 105 players allowed now. That started now. You can only have 105. Me and Dean went through this last Sunday. Like, well, if you've got 12 receivers and 12 offensive linemen and 10 defensive linemen and 6 linebackers, god dang, there's 70, 80 players right there. You can only have 105. So having that 5-star second team guy at Georgia or Bama somewhere or Ohio State, that's just not how it is anymore.
Well, let me give you one more name. And you may or may not know who this guy is. He's from Carrollton, Georgia.
Yeah,
he is going to be a freshman, and he is probably going to start at right guard. Zakai Hilton. He has just showed up and showed out since he come in. And
I watched him at camps last summer.
Yeah,
last summer.
He's just got he's I don't know if he's undersized. I mean, he's not 6'6", 330, but I mean, he's got this nastiness about him. He finishes well, and they like it. Yep. So I mean,
his hands are good. I like how he moves and works through blocks and gets off. And his feet. I watch feet and hands when I watch linemen. I think he's a good player. I've seen him summer of 25 in a camp over there in Georgia, and I think he's good too. I think he'll be good for Georgia.
He's going to beat out guys that are older and more experienced than him.
Here's LSU's receivers since we've been talking about nobody. We don't know. Well, here they are. Jackson Harris from Hawaii had 49 receptions for 960 yards.
Good stat.
12 touchdowns. Jace Brown, Kansas State, 41 receptions, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then Winston Watkins Jr. from Ole Miss, 26 receptions for 373 yards and 1 touchdown. That's kind of their –
that sounds a good stat. The guy from Kansas State catching 41 for 700, that translates to be – that could be pretty good.
Eugene Wilson.
Kansas State's a good program.
Eugene Wilson, third.
Oh, and there's a player from LSU I won't mention. It's one of the top players in the SEC, that linebacker, Weeks.
Yeah, he was on my list.
He's good.
He was on my honorable mention.
Right.
You got to talk about him. When you think about college football guys, he's a college football guy.
Yeah.
So
he is.
What about, let's see, where'd I go? All right. Here's the old roundtable topic.
All
we went through the list. We've been through Kentucky and Tennessee. Thank everybody for coming by and hanging out with us. This is a good roundtable pocket. Yeah, pocket too. And I ain't going to spend a lot of time on it because it just kind of – I don't want to hear – I don't – I'm not a big – I don't like seeing grown men cry. Grown millionaire men cry. You have nothing to – well, you're in thoughts and prayers for these people. They lost their job. Shut up. You got 7 figures in the bank. Your kids is healthy. You're fine. You got a big, beautiful house and a beautiful wife. Shut up. What are you talking about? So right off, let me say that out front. I don't like seeing and Ryan Clark cried because he feels like, well, I've lost my job, and when I go home, I don't know if I'm, I just want to be accepted. So it tells me that he has some kind of he's got some kind of self-identity issues or, stuff. He's got some kind of mental health problems. There's more to it because there's no way you should be unhappy.
He's been off the charts for a while.
Well, just swap with me for a week and you'd blow your brains out. He could never live like me. He could never do it. So here's the ideology, really what's happened. Now with Bob Iger, when Iger was in at 2020, after he left, things went downhill fast for ESPN, part of Disney, the branding, and they added the politics to their base. Now it seems like that a new page is being written so far into the new CEO, DeMario, which now DeMario, quote unquote, he is a big Clinton party fundraiser. If that tells you where he's at, you can just base what his ideas of how he thinks about things politically if he's a Clinton campaign fundraiser. But listen, he's the new guy, and right now where ESPN's heading, it seems like they're heading in different directions. So under this new leadership of Iger's come back, this Jimmy Pitaro, ESPN chairman, said, "Hold my beer." He said, "We want to get back to sports, not race baiting agendas by, Washington, D.C., big shot politics. They don't want to get involved in any more social issues at ESPN." So Jimmy has oversaw this early 2026 Disney overhaul and integrated the NFL media, including NFL Network. That's what this is all about, these firings. NFL Red Zone into ESPN. So what happened, there's a big acquisition. They're squishing everything down to fix this NFL Red Zone type stuff. And that's why this is not really personal. And it's not like Ryan Clark said, "Well, why do you think they fired you if it wasn't based on, what you do?" "Well, I was just too black." That's what he said. He said he's too black. So that means that the 15% of employees at ESPN are black, 15%. And that means your face of the company, Stephen A. Smith, is not black, and he's never done anything for the black community. Only he has, and he's just too black for ESPN. That's the kind of silly shit that I have to – there's just no argument to that. So Jimmy here is wanting to bring on – he's got new staffs, new performance stuff, ideology reporting and production, analyst roles. So as a part of the new merger, NFL now owns 10% of the equity stakes in ESPN. So the Super Bowl is going to be on ESPN this year. See, that's what's happening. So ESPN, with this heavy coordinate alliance, has forced ESPN to streamline its talent pool to match this specific style of programming from the desires of all the other league partners. Because, guys, who has Dish Network?
I do.
Dean's the only person in the world I know that has Dish Network. Nobody, everybody just watches stuff. You stream it I can pay $20 a month for
I've
Sling
got
TV.
to go to that.
Yeah, $20 a month for Sling TV. Now all I get is like ABC and ESPN and a few, but that's all I want. So for $20 a month, I'm not paying $150 a month. So ESPN, their financial pressures is not driven by single event ratings, but by this more macro, not micro, but macro cord cutting, what I just talked about. As the millions of households cancel traditional cable packages, ESPN loses its highly lucrative pre-subscribed fees. So to combat this, the new guy, Pitaro, and his leadership team are aggressively shifting resources away from traditional studio personalities like Ryan Clark and Cam Newton, disregarding the billions into launching this new ESPN standalone direct-to-consumer streaming platforms. Because we've all heard of ESPN Plus. Like if you want to watch wrestling, I think Birge watches a little wrestling. If you want to watch a lot of these pay-per-views, Birge, how you have to watch them? You got to have ESPN Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So all these guys that got fired, nobody is crying. Obviously, Ryan Clark don't know that Cam Newton's black. Obviously, you don't know that Bert Scott is black and has worked for NFL for like 15 years, I think. What the problem is, Ryan's he's just an effeminate, okay? And some guys are just kind of feminine guys, and they're all up in their feelings all the time. Mm-hmm. And that's just how he is. And he's the only one crying talking about he was too black. That's a cop out. What it does though, it don't take any ownership. One, and it's saying that this is what I don't like. You cannot identify yourself as your color first. And I'm not going to get on here and preach, and I'm not going to try to be First Baptist Church. But your first representation, you're a child of God. And then your color of who you are, then you're an American. He identifies as a black person first, not even as an American, because most of them don't. They say they don't even like this country. He feels like the boogeyman is hiding in the closet with a white hood on and a cape, and it's 1865, and Harriet Tubman's got to sneak him out of the house. He's a multimillionaire. Mm-hmm. What is he talking about? Nobody's holding him back. Nobody's oppressing him. I don't know of anything that one color can't do that another can. Because right now, I don't know white people just sitting around worried about, trying to get to a black man and oppress him and hold him down. This generation, our kids, my son's age, they don't even talk about that stuff at all. They're not, it's just not even in the lingo. So Ryan just needs to do what Cam Newton did. Go watch Cam Newton's. He says what happened to him and how he explains being fired. You know what Cam said? I met a lot of good people. I learned about behind the scenes engineering and internet production of sports shows that I'm going to use here at my show. They paid me what I was supposed to get when I come on. Hey, I'm going to chalk it up as experience. That's how you should take it. Be a man and just move on, man. Jesus Christ, Ryan Clark. Just be a man and just move on.
From the research that I did, just looking at it, I found, this report from The Athletic basically said that ESPN executives over time, they didn't like some of the issues that he had on screen personnel, conflicts, different things that he said, high profile incidents.
It's always about color. He always has to bring up, well, I tell you the reason that coach didn't get the job is because he's black. No, it's because he just didn't qualify. How can a minority group that holds 13% of the population of the nation, how can they be the majority of the hires of a company? You can't. There's no way. Yeah, it's just numbers.
His salary from reported by them was somewhere around $2 million annually, so that was a big chunk that they needed to kind of cut loose.
Well, he's been off the charts for a while. He's had an agenda for quite a while, which is not sports.
No. I mean, and that's what people think of. People are done with the woke stuff. People are done with that. The NFL is moving on because ESPN is going to carry the Super Bowl, and they saw what happened last year because that Turning Point USA had some singers on there. Kid Rock was one of them, and their numbers blew way up when they put Bad Bunny out there. Nobody could even know what Bunny's saying. He's freaking singing in Spanish. We don't know. So people turned over to that. So these executives at Disney, this Jimmy guy here I've just told you about, and Bob Iger, they went and looked those numbers and said, we didn't do real good in that halftime show. Let's see what's really going on. Oh, so we've got to stop bowing the knee to the 1%, and let's go with the majority, because the majority of Americans want to wave their American flags and chant USA, and we love our country, and that's just the way it is. It's not the opposite of people like Kaepernick and, Ryan Clark that, he only identifies as his color. That's sad. You can't just – you're not just a man of color. You're supposed to be a child of God and be a man and just, move on when you get fired. But ESPN is moving on. ESPN is just moving on. That's just what this is about. That's all it is. They're crushing down this network from a big TV identity of that red zone because you remember we may have talked about it a year or two ago. Remember when all that crap went on with Dish Network sued? Mm-hmm. The red zone, and it was like a multi-million-dollar case. It's got to do with it's money, and they're going to pay McAfee $30 more million. He's going to be making $60 million now because people like McAfee better than Ryan Clark. You know what Cam Newton said? I tip my hat to you, Pat McAfee. Great, because Ryan Clark already has his own podcast anyway. He does the Pivot, which I watch. I like the Pivot. I think it's good. I like most of the people. He's had Saban on there. It's good. Most of his shows are good.
Yeah, but he just goes down roads. And he didn't do this, but he's the type who played for the national championship. Indiana and Miami, you had two quarterbacks. You had Mendoza and Beck, neither one of them black. He seemed to me like the type that might make a big deal out of that.
He did.
Well, why
He
is there
brought
not
it
a
up.
black guy playing? And you know, I mean,
What do
we
they
don't
got
know
against
why.
him? Why is there not a black guy out there at quarterback? I don't know. I guess because you make up 13% of the nation. That's probably why. Out of 350 million population, it's 13% of the country is people. But they have 15% employment percentage of ESPN. So it's a slap in the face to Stephen A. and all the other black people that work at ESPN, because Ryan's saying that none of them are all black. They're all sellouts, and they're not going to represent their community. It seems like he just wants to say stuff so he can go to the barbershop and get some high fives from his buddies. You really stuck it to the man today. Yeah, and then you got fired for saying stupid stuff like that. Well, why didn't they have a black quarterback? I don't know why. Why do you even think, why does his mind even go there? It's 2026. Nobody's just sitting around going, you know, I wonder how we can screw some black guys over today. Have you thought? We don't think about that. I'm a child of God first. I want to help spread God's word to everybody. I don't care what you look like. That's my first agenda in this life. He don't go there. That's the number one problem. That's the number one thing is where their faith is at. And their faith and love is in money.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I went on his Twitter and I said, Ryan, and he liked my comment. I said, this may be a blessing from God that you get fired so you can spend more time, because that bank account can go up or down, but time with you, son, you'll never get back. And he liked the comment. So, I mean, whatever. They just want to focus in on the wrong things. So ESPN is just cracking down. They're getting rid of all this crap, and it's not really about who they are. It's just a numbers thing, guys. Cam Newton said, you know what this is? Business. It's just business. So
Ben, every time we come on, some guy comes through here revving up his engine.
Did you dump the garbage out over there?
No, I mean, he just went through going, me and Matt said we was going to do one outside, but we figured some truck would come by with Jake brakes. And
that's going to happen. Well, that's kind of the ESPN, because it's big news. On TikTok, it is crazy. A lot of people are talking about why, they're firing these people. Yeah. It's just business.
Oh, they're just trying to get back to what they were.
Yeah. And, my two favorite guys, which they're all dead now, was
Stuart Scott.
Yeah, of course, Stewart. And who was the heavy looking Italian looking white guy said, back. It's gone. I mean,
you talking about Chris Berman? No, not Berman.
That may be right.
I don't know. A couple of them have passed away. A couple of them. Not many, but 2 or 3 they've lost that we were used to watching.
I'm curious now because when we used to watch it, let's see here.
Now this is not probably a popular opinion, but I'll tell you who I miss. I miss when Mark May and Lou Holtz were on.
God, I did too, man. I like that. Well, they did the
Mark May didn't cut no corners, did he?
No, but I mean, him and Lou Holtz was back and forth, and I mean, any segment they had was good.
Yeah, well, they did a courtroom thing. It was freaking great.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I miss Mark May.
Yeah, I do too. I liked him.
He was very. He just tells it like it is. Mm-hmm.
Lee, let's see. I don't remember Jim Simpson.
No, I don't remember him.
Bob Lee, you remember him? Ley, but him and Berman were big. And then Greg Gumbel, of course. I love Greg Gumbel too.
Yeah,
man.
he passed away. Yeah,
but Chris
he
Stewart,
was 80. I did not know that he was like 80 years old. Shocked me. I didn't ever think he looked it.
What's the guy's name again?
Which one? Berman?
The black guy.
Stuart Scott.
Yeah, black guy.
Yeah. He had
that said
cancer.
he's good as he's hot as he would say something like, he's as hot as butter on a roll, or he's coming out. I mean, those guys are, that's what we're doing here. That's kind of what sports post. We're just talking ball. We brought up some football teams. We talked about top players SEC. We broke down in depth 2 teams, their players, their new coaches, went through their schedule. I didn't say nothing about their color. I didn't say nothing about, the old head coach Heupel, he votes Trump. Hell, he may want to run off all the black people because, all them's racist. See what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that. If they want to hear that, I said this when we started this show. I told somebody they wanted us to bring up something about Obama or something or whatever. I said, if they want to see that, turn on CNN or Fox. Don't come over here. That's not what we're doing here. There's a whole channels you can watch all that stuff on, and it's not here. But this ESPN firings and stuff, it's big news, and it has to do with sports because it's how people are going to watch sports.
I'll tell you who I like, and I think he still may be on some. I don't know. You'd have to tell me, but Stan Verrett, man. Good.
Stan Verrett.
I don't know him. Ben.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. If you seen a picture of him, you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. These two, hold on, I'll show you, and you'll be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Thinking Out Loud with Greg and Swagoo. Yeah, that was good too. Just good shows, because that one with Mark May and Lou Holtz, when they did the courtroom, and Reese Davis was the judge, right, Birge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was good. He would bring up a case and say, well, here's why Alabama lost this game. And Lou would be up there, well, guys, what's going on here is when he was dropping back to show the football. Yeah, I mean, he's just dropping back and he stepped on his own foot. And it's just reliance on the same people to lose this game.
Stan Verrett, the guy on the right.
On the right?
Yeah,
I like Max Kellerman. Y'all like Max Kellerman, don't you? Oh, yeah, I know you talking.
Yeah, he's okay.
No, I mean, we didn't like Max. We thought he was a baiter, didn't we?
Yeah,
he's Max, the boxing
He's a boxing
guy.
Yeah, he's a boxing guy. But, hey, look, who started all this? Stephen A. and Skip Bayless. They're the ones that started this argument style. When they did cold pizza, they're the ones that started this argument style of football talk debate. Because like Stephen A.'s arguing the other day about Alabama needs to sit down and shut up, and the fans don't have nothing to say. And like, you went to the playoffs last year. He don't even know a player on that team. He don't know any player on the team Alabama or Georgia, but he talks crap about college football. Like, Stephen A., shut up. Just shut up. You don't know college football. It'd be like me getting here and trying to break down college baseball. I know a little bit about it because I've coached more baseball than anything, but to not start naming players and why the team is bad, I don't know. I'd have to really study. And he's the face of ESPN, and now he's got his own channel, and he's way deep into politics. If you watch Stephen A.'s show, you'll see he's neck deep into this. This Nolan Wells case that's going on about the kid that got killed out on the island, the boat with a bunch of college, whatever. He had these 2 guys on debating both sides of that. Like, that is nothing to do, which he can do what he wants to on his own channel. But you see what I'm saying? Like, they're way over. And he does a pretty good job not swaying on ESPN with his opinions about stuff. I think he does. And you can have your own personal take. I have my own personal YouTube channel that I do, Bible study stuff on. And I did get into it a little bit a while ago, but I couldn't help it. I got fired up. I mean, Ryan Clark's got your color don't define you. It's the same thing with these trans people and that kind of stuff. Your sexuality don't define you. I can like you as a person. You can be a guy that dressed like a woman. That don't mean I hate you. I run into some here at the store, but they want it to identify who they are as a person. And that you can't do that. That's not, I can like you without any of that, So people have to stop trying to hook on to something like, well, this is what I am. You're not. You're way more than, like, I talked to a guy that's bisexual, and he said, I don't like this LG mafia stuff. He said, my identity as being bisexual my identity as a human has nothing to do with that. I like to write. I like to jet ski. I like to do whatever. So this whole ideology that we're in, and these ESPN personalities, they got to get out of that stuff, man. So that's where ESPN is. That's why they're firing all these people, because it's just money. It's just a business, and they're squashing down. ESPN guys will be covering the Super Bowl this year, and I guarantee you, Bob Iger and Mr. Jim, what's his name right here, they want to make money. If you don't make money, guess what? They start firing more people, right? If you ain't making money, you can't keep people around. They can't keep hiring people. Because obviously Pat McAfee, whatever he does, and some people don't like McAfee.
No, they don't.
But his show gets huge numbers. And he's on College game day, and he's standing up in his chair going, "Who's that coming down the track? It's the machine, and the red and black, go dogs, go dogs." I mean, he's a personality. He's a personality. He's
got a big one.
He's a punter from Indiana that played at West Virginia, that played for the Colts. He's a nobody. I mean, if anybody should have done it, it should have been Ryan Clark. Hell, he is at least like a Super Bowl champ. Was good high school, great at LSU. He played the Steelers. Ryan Clark was a good football player. Why did he not make it? Why is a punter from the Colts leading the airways in sports media? Because he's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he gets up in his chair and he's going, "Go dogs, go dogs," and he says, "Oh hell, give me Alabama," boo. See, he knows how to. He knows how to set the place.
Says "Go dogs" and give me old Saban.
Yeah, throw that out. Give me Alabama today. Roll Tide. That's why. And you got to go where the money is. ESPN can't keep losing money because Disney, like I said, is part owner in that, and they've lost tons of money, tons in their movies, the Jedi movies and the Supergirl movies has lost money because of all this new ideology stuff.
Right.
So they can't keep hemorrhaging money. Yeah. Anybody want to find me on TikTok? Bigg_Matt 1977. I got some videos over there and just me being stupid. That's just what it is for me. It's just being funny, which I'm good at being dumb. What else, guys, y'all got?
That's all I got, Matthew.
I got some notes from Media Day I can run through and tell you how many seniors the schools has got and stuff like that. I'll go through that real quick if you want to. All right. AHSA High Schools, Cherokee County Football Media Day held yesterday. WIS and Mary Jerry hosted. Sports Director Shannon Fagan, Mr. Roy was there. Coach Michael Short, John Holder, High School Football Alabama. Go find them on Facebook. Cherokee County Warriors starting off. Griffin's, it looks like, it's going to be back as your quarterback this year. He's got a lot of experience with this team. He said he has 11 seniors. He has played a lot of football. The running back room, Dean, we know that Stroop, he's going to be a junior this year. And I think his name's JJ. He's another little tough kid that run the ball a little bit last year. Real tough young guy. But we went through Cherokee County's schedule back a few weeks ago. Me and Dean did.
Pretty tough.
They got a tough schedule because they're going to be looking at hang on, Cherokee. They're going to be playing a lot of these teams that
drop down.
Yeah. How tough's that? How's that going to work out? I'm going to put this label up here so people know what we're talking about. Cherokee County Media Day review. But with 11 seniors, Coach Blanchard, this is his second time being head coach for high school, was at Glencoe. Did a fantastic job over there.
He did.
Didn't he? He did a really good job. All right, Spring Garden. Let's see. Hang on. Players said, Cherokee County, he said, Coach B said he would take what he could take, and he wants to be thankful, grateful, and aggressive. That's what he's looking for as a team. Now, Coach Ragsdale was on vacay. He was on his way back, so Coach Bowman covered for the team. Players said that they feel like their team has improved leadership at Spring Garden this year. Running backs, Deans, are two of our favorite guys in the county. Baker and Ruart, we really like them. We watched
1,000 yards, both of them, I think.
They're two good little running backs, man. They really work hard.
And they're tough, yes. Very good.
Coach Bowman said they got to be tough up front, and he said this has been a really good coachable team, and that these players need to continue to be coachable, and they could get through the season. They went through their schedule a little bit. Mr. Roy brought it up some and talked about some of their scheduling. We're kind of back, at Cedar Bluff and Gillsville, Spring Garden, bringing back some players. So they're going to play around a little bit, but there is some seniors, and the focus is a great role models. They think Coach Bowman has been a great role model for them. The kids really like him. And we could see that being over there and watching them play. The kids like him. Draven does a good job. He's serious he likes to play some, but when it's time to be serious, the kids even said he's serious when it's time to be serious. So Spring Garden's going to open with a jamboree game up at section, but their game one day is going to be against a 3 or 4-star back from Texas, the Dupree kid at Gaston, game one on a Thursday night. Holy crap.
That'd be a good one.
That's going to be a handful for Garden to go up there and try to tackle this kid. We're talking about he's a nationally rated running back.
Yeah, playing at Gaston. Yeah.
Playing at Gaston.
Nothing against Gaston, but they don't have too many nationally rated running backs. No offense. I don't want to get cussed out over that. I doubt I will.
Well,
you said that?
I think they know.
Yeah.
Now, Gillsville, Coach Knapp, this is 100 years of football for them over there, and him losing his dad this year, he said he wants to do it for his dad, have a good year. He does have 12 seniors. And, of course, he's going to run the ball. He's going to try to control the clock. I think from what Knapp said, and this is what he was saying, this may be one of the larger coaching staffs that he's had in a while. I think he said he's got 6 coaches, Dean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got 2 good backs.
Yes. So with them in Spring Garden and Cedar Bluff, this could be good. Cedar Bluff, Cole coming over, Murphy, this is his first time being a head coach. He's a player's first impression of Cole was that he's tough, he's scrappy. Some said he was cool. They said he wants to play physical. He wants the team to have aggression. And I think he said they have about 25 guys on the team, and they have like 3 juniors and maybe 6 or 7 seniors on this team at Cedar Bluff. He's excited about the Gillsville rivalry. That'd be fun for him that he had played at Gillsville and standing across the field coaching against Gillsville. It's going to be pretty fun out there on the other side of the field. They're going to open up at West End, talking about Cedar Bluff. So they asked Cole Dean his style. Like, Roy kind of wanted to get an idea of what his style of football is. He just said win. He said we may run and gun it for a while, and then we may get under center and pound it. I don't know. He said we just got to win football game. Cole's trying to get an identity of this team.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they've been practicing, but you know how it is, Dean. You've coached a long time.
Yeah.
Birge,
you can't find out nothing for practice.
I mean, you really just got to go play a game or 2, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. This is
Sandrock.
Sorry.
Check this
While
out.
you're talking about go ahead.
Sandrock has 19 starters back, Dean.
My gosh.
Players
19.
are saying 19. They said that we're back and we're mentally stronger through the off season. They've got bigger. They've got stronger. Alec is excited to be back and to be taking on some new records for the county and the state. The focus, they said, is for today. Coach Nelson said they want to be a more balanced team this year. The game, the players have circled on their list. They really want to get out of this losing streak to Spring Garden, and it's the most important game because it's the next game. Also moving up in the staff there at Sandrock, Coach Eli Bates is a new defensive coordinator, and Tidwell's been moved to special teams. So that's some news. And I think the pads go on mostly for most of them this coming Wednesday or the next week. So that's a review of Cherokee County Media Days. Kind of where everybody's at. So you can go back on our page and find it. I shared it and rewind it and watch your favorite team or whatever.
What I was going to say about Cole is actually Cole was on my baseball team at Menlo when he was 13 and 14. So
he was a dude, man. He was good.
Oh, yeah.
He is tough. Don't you agree, Benton? He's tough. Yeah, he's tough.
I agree.
He's like you kind of give him like a Cole piece too. Like he can catch it, kick it, throw it. He's not quite as big as Cole's a little bit bigger of a guy. But I mean, Cody Blanchard, throw it, put him a wide out. He can catch the ball. I mean, he ain't going to be a full-time receiver. But you know what I'm saying? Like, play baseball. They can shoot basketball. Those guys are just they're good athletes.
Cole's daddy's real quiet. He don't say much.
Right.
That's a
Always
joke.
been that way.
Ben, you remember his daddy?
Yeah.
You wouldn't tell no lies now, would you? You
Not lies,
talking about Big
liar.
Mac? You talking about Big Mac?
Hey, Mac's known for getting on the refs and yelling at the boys. Nothing bad.
It was kind of like I was.
I mean,
Same way I was. You know, I'd get on their
Just
butt.
positive, you know.
I've been
tried
to
not to.
Galesville, seen him on the chain link fence a few times.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
tried-
a
I try not to
staple.
I try not to get thrown out, and you know he didn't want to get thrown out neither. But sometimes the refs need to know when they're just calling bad games.
Yeah, they do,
Like, 'cause
and he'll tell them.
Yeah, that's his job. That's what daddies do because we don't get it, but for about 3 or 4 years, and then
You know where you stand with McConnell. If he don't like you, he'll tell you. I mean, and that's good.
Very
Yeah.
true. That's the way it's supposed to be. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Right. All right, we got 2 hours in almost. Gosh, we've been through a bunch of stuff tonight.
Yes, sir. Been a good one.
Let's see, did I miss anything? Jim Knowles, Tennessee defense. We did schedules. We did a little ESPN breakdown. Kentucky. So what did we finally decide as overall?
5 and 7. Oh, for Tennessee, I think 7.5, and then 5 for Kentucky, maybe 5 wins.
So we got Kentucky. If Kentucky goes to a bowl game, awesome year.
Yes.
And Tennessee would have to really do something wild to win 8.
Yeah, we got them 7.5. You know, possibly 8, but.
Ben wants to know what's the thoughts on the GSIAA coming in 2028. I think I know what he's talking about. This is really pretty big news, and most people don't know about it. And I know what you're talking about, Ben. I read it yesterday. Here, I'll give you a little bit of what I know. Here's what's happened. It's the GSIAA. This is, I don't know, it's the Gulf State Intermediate Athletic Association. What has happened around the Gulf Shores and North Florida, they're going to form their own, they're going to break away from the AHSAA completely and do this Gulf State football program.
Wow.
Money. If they can branch off like that and get sponsors and have their own money, and they're not going to be affiliated with AHSAA anymore.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Me and Starkey talked about this about 2 years ago, that if they ever got private away, then this was what was going to happen, because there's a single A and a double A private schools now. And the problem is in Alabama, not like Georgia. Over in Georgia, you guys have a lot of private schools. You can have like good divisions where they're not such a jump in class. Over here, we're going to have like, could be a 2A, private school. They may be playing a team that would be 4A if they were still in regular. So this Gulf State Initiative Intermediate, they're going to break off and do. Y'all type it in on Google, and there's some stories about it. If Gulf Shores and some of these big schools down there jump out of AHSAA, and here's the nail that nobody else is talking about, and I'm going to bring it up right here because I know the people from the board are watching our show religiously.
Oh, yeah.
When Tommy Tubbs gets in to be governor, NIL's coming to Alabama. High school football is going to be like everybody else around us. And with them schools breaking off with their own league, they can move money. There'll be a lot of stuff going on is what I'm going to say. And that's just, I'll just kind of leave it at that, because everything else that I'm going to say would be assumptions. But y'all kind of get what I'm saying. If you're not part of the AHSAA, then, I mean, you just kind of, and when NIL becomes a real thing, and it's going to be crossing state lines, you're talking about parts of teams of Florida and South Alabama down there, and it right there in that belt. There's a lot of great talent down there. And they know if we don't pass NIL in this state, our talent's going to run out of this state and they're going to go to Florida and they're going to go over here to Georgia.
Right, exactly.
The kids better study their tax forms because when you get an NIL deal, Birge, tell them what they got to do.
Got to pay the taxes. You got to pay the Pied Piper.
Unfortunately, that's
no
the
taxes.
reality. Because when you make money like Birge, you're like 100,000, 150 a year.
They might have a Gulf Shores tea party if that goes through.
He's got his own studio. He flies private planes. It's six-figure incomes. He pays more in taxes than I made last year. Okay, I mean,
crazy.
He's got the money.
Well, leave him on. That's you, Dean. He needs that mink coat on. You got big money Birds flying in here on a private plane with his alligator loafers. He can't hold them down because he just has to keep stepping on them. They can't nobody hold them down.
Yep.
He's a good old feller.
So this GI, what Ben's talking about, y'all go look it up. GSIAA.
Okay. I think it's crap, but I'll still look it up and give it a chance.
They're going to break off and do their own thing. It's already happening. It's a Gulf State Intermediate Athletic. So and when
that needs to be stopped. Somebody needs to put a stop to that.
Well, in the private schools have broken away now, and you have just public schools. These are the kind of things that starts happening. And when you get a governor that coached high school football a lot and coached a lot of college football, and Tommy Tuberville from Arkansas to Auburn, he's got a big thumbprint. Tommy knows a lot of people, and he's going to get voted in. They're going to vote for him because people like
he'll
him.
get it. Mm-hmm.
He'll get it. I'm going to vote for him. I like Tubbs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Birds, let me ask you one question before we get off about, since we said Auburn. Is the game there in Athens? It is this year, ain't it? Yeah, because they come to Auburn last year.
So. Yeah, it is.
Auburn ain't beat Georgia there since 06, 07.
Uh-huh.
Is there a chance that y'all just completely go brain dead and something happens? I mean, they nearly beat y'all last year.
I mean, there's always a chance, yeah. I mean, I think that I mean, all signs point that Auburn's going to be a better football team this year than they were last.
They don't have the talent that they had last year. They don't. But
they got somebody different pulling the strings, though.
Yeah, right. The guy that's pulling the strings, he wants to be there.
Yeah.
Golish seems like he's happy to be there. It's, inspiring for him to be a head coach of an SEC team. He brought most of his staff. And Durkin's going to have a good defense. So I picked Auburn to beat Alabama. So if you're asking me Iron Bowl, yeah, I think this is the year. It's the perfect storm for the first-year coach to come in Auburn and beat Alabama and just Alabama go undefeated this year and they'll lose the Iron Bowl. I mean, I'm just saying that's just what it feels like coming already.
What I was going to ask was, what do you think the chance is of Byron Brown repeating 3,000, 1,000 like he did last year?
I don't think so.
little
nothing against
it.
Well, here's the thing. I would say
I'll buy y'all a Longhorn.
I would say 10%, but their schedule's not as bad as it was last year, and it's not as bad as it's still tough, and it's not as hard as it's going to be because next year they're going to get goat herded. Look at Auburn's 2027 and 20. Oh, they play Notre Dame and Texas next year. So with that schedule, and the defenses are not the Bama and Kirby defenses of old that we know, I'd say he's got a 15% chance to throw for those kind of.
Can you tell me who the last one to do it in the SEC was? 3,000.
Cam Newton.
To throw for 3,000? No, I'm gonna say I'll say Bryce Young, or he threw for a lot of yards.
Cam Newton. Who is it?
It's
no, probably Stockton. I mean, not she. I mean, your boy at Georgia. What's his name? It played 17 years. He's about 33.
No, it wasn't him. I don't think he never rushed for 1,000, but it was Jaden Daniels.
Oh, rushed for 1,000. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, so you had to rush for 1,000 and throw for. Yeah.
Rush for 1,000, throw for 3,000. Yeah, Jaden Daniels did it in 23.
And you know who they compare the new quarterback on the market now? You know, there's a guy out there that's compared to him.
Who?
Keelan Russell. They say he is a 2.0 Jaden Daniels. They really like how he runs the ball. He's real smooth running. He throws the ball well when he runs too. So there's Keelan Russell's is he going to start, guys? Or
yes.
Yeah, I don't see how he doesn't start.
I think everybody feels that way, and I think they're holding out like. And what's Austin Mack going to do?
Yep. I don't know.
He's going to graduate.
I'll tell you something interesting about that stat. There's only 2 people in the history of the SEC that's ever done it: Jaden Daniels and Johnny Manziel. There's been a lot of people close. Cam Newton rushed for 14 something, but he only threw for 2,800 in 2010. Tebow threw for 3,200, only rushed for 895, which I say only. But
yeah, we know what you're saying. You're not saying that's bad.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then Milroe at 24. He rushed for 1,000 plus, but he didn't break the 3,000 pass.
That's a crazy stat. Three in the air and 1 on the ground.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. So the question was, Birge asked if Brown, what's the percentage of Brown breaking that record in the SEC this year?
I don't think so. 20.
10%. It's not real high.
I mean, think about, how many quarterbacks, how many guys have played quarterback in the SEC, and there's only 2 of them to do it.
Yeah, we're saying that Brown would have to do something that Cam Newton and Tebow did not do.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't think he throws the ball that well. And he's not going to play AAC schedule. You don't have Old Dominion, Navy, Memphis, Tulane. This is not he's got to go like 4 weeks in a row against some tough opponent. If he just had, 1 or 2 a month, cool. Well, they beat Florida, but then you lost to Old Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
And your badass receiver, Kroger, that they're all talking about, his best game was against Navy. Well, Brown didn't play against Old Dominion. I do know that. But your defense wasn't good enough, and the offense, even the backup, wasn't good enough. Old Dominion? Jesus Christ, man. Like somebody with a freaking heartbeat should be able to go out and beat Old Dominion. Now, I'm not talking about like paying lacrosse. I could get it if you lose to them in lacrosse. Not football.
Right.
What else?
That's all I got, fellas.
Well, I like the list. Birds, good job on that. We agree.
Yeah, Jordan.
We like everybody on the list there, the top 5 SEC guys. Simmons, Stewart, Hardy, Lacey, Bolden. I got Bolden also and Simmons. I like Ryan Williams, Stewart, and Chambliss. Dean likes Chambliss and Stewart also. He has Arch and Satania, and he likes Atkins from Auburn. That's kind of our list for top 5 guys in the SEC. Tennessee, You got what you need to know. Kentucky, you got what you need to know. Make a decision on your own. And come back one day through the week. And if I got some more news about stuff, I'll usually like jump on Tuesday night or Thursday night or something. Just depends on what's happening. Right now, right now is that middle. Like we've already kind of made through the summer. We're itching. We're so close. We're within 40 days?
Yeah. 6 weeks.
Kickoff.
Well,
41 today. 41.
High school guys are getting their pads, I think, this week. So, so we got that kind of stuff going on. And it's like we're not there, and there's not a lot of news right now because everybody's just really we're all just holding our breath like, okay, we're so close. So y'all keep coming by the page. Go find Benton Birge at Northwest Georgia Scoreboard Show.
Yes, sir.
And all the high school football that you ever need to know in Georgia, period, in the state. Find Birge on Facebook or YouTube. Find him on Twitter at @BBirge over there. They're on over there. They got a big following on Twitter. Y'all have because I've been on Twitter and watched y'all. Y'all have a lot of people. The YouTube channels don't do real good. Ours don't do real good. I don't know if I don't really care if I go back on YouTube.
Facebook and Twitter is where the people watch.
And we get a monetization for here on Facebook. We don't have enough subscribers on YouTube, so you got to have 1,000 to even start to make a penny a year.
Yeah.
So, Facebook, you can make, $100 a month or $20 a month,
We actually have, I don't know when I heard you say about preseason games over there in Alabama. We actually start on the 7th. We have some coming August 7th. So
who's Chattooga got, Dean? Who are y'all playing?
They don't scrimmage for the
14th.
Trying.
Yeah.
How's that going to go?
I don't know. I don't know. Should be interesting, but it'd just be a scrimmage game. So
yeah, true. So you'll only get probably 2 quarters varsity and then mix. I would you got to give trying the edge quarterback play. I mean, they got a senior quarterback coming back that can throw it and run it. Stuga's going to be breaking in a guy that's new. Go ahead.
Question.
Yeah.
Is Coach Roach that was at Trine, that was at Etowah, Dean?
He's
is he now?
No.
He's now the coach at Gaston?
I don't know. But he's not at Trine.
I think that's him.
It probably is. Darryl, yeah.
I'm like, hey, hell, man, he's a good coach. I like him.
He is.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said Trine, and I thought Roach.
No, he left there. Yeah.
Wow. Gaston Coach Roach is a good coach. And they got that running back. Is Gaston going to come back on the scene, Dean?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't mean that bad. I think they'll be decent. But you got to have more than that one guy.
And we talked about
a lot of kids don't go to school there anymore.
Me and Birge broke down Coosa. He come on with me about a week or two ago. Coach Howard and
Cloudus,
Brian. That's going to be a really good combination. And I think give him a year or two to see where they're at, and that'll be interesting. Coach Howard and at Coosa. They got a hard schedule. Birge went through it, and I'm like, oh God,
yeah, it's awful.
Because y'all's region, Coosa's whole region is different. Like who was in their region this year? You named about 2 teams, and I was like, oh crap.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think Darlington ends up in their region. I believe Pepperell's in that region. Let's see here. Trying to think.
Well, that's enough. Temple, maybe.
No, I think
big team like
Mount Zion. I don't know.
It wouldn't Gwinnett or somebody like that, would it be? It wouldn't be nobody. Somebody. Anyway, I heard some big names like, oh crap, that. But if anybody can do it, well, Cloudus and Coach Howard they'll do a good job at it.
I got it actually. I forgot that I had it. I know Dean's trying to get off there, scratching his head for a dragon.
What are you talking about?
I just messing with you. There you go.
No,
regional alignments. Murchie, Bremen, Coosa, Darlington. That's it. Heard County and Model.
Heard.
What the hell? How are they going?
Heard's bringing a ton back too.
I know. How did they get in that mess? Who did they not pay?
They moved to the southern region. Coosa moved to the southern region. They were in they were in this 7AA, but LFO
Fannin County and Gordon Lee and 7AA. Hell, that ain't no easy neither.
No.
How good's Fannin gonna be this year?
I think they'll be improved over last year. I think they did lose some of their talent, but.
And I know Gordon Lee, I've watched them play state games. They're always in the playoffs. They may not win it every year, but Gordon Lee's
I look for Christian Heritage to be one of the tougher teams in this region because they're bringing back a quarterback that can sling it. If they can find somebody to block for them, they'll be fine.
Dade County, where are they at this year?
I haven't heard much at all out of this year.
Yeah.
I mean, my buddy that does the show with me, Lawrence Morgan, he loves going to Dade County because it's Magic Morgan Stadium or something like that, and he loves that. But anyway,
Central Clay County's Danny Horn. Yes, he's retiring after this season. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. We've heard that through 2 or 3. He's a legendary. If y'all don't know Danny Horn, look him up. Great guy. I mean, he enjoys mowing the grass on the football. I mean, he's just you can just go to Average Joe's and find Danny Horn in it. It's great. He's just a great kind. He's like Coach Benefield at 5. They're legends. coach at UMS, right? Terry Curtis.
Curtis. Yeah.
Yeah, they're finally, getting out. So some of the old guys are getting out.
Right. Well,
what's Fife going to do? They were number one in that 2A ranking.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I mean, I'm not. I love Fife.
I put it up on the page, and Piedmont
Number
Piedmont went nuts. Their fans were
Really?
I'm like, Powerhouse Sports made it. Andrew Dean. You know him. He's been on the show. I've been on with him, and it's just for fun, really. And two, it's kind of based on their schedule and who they have back. And Piedmont's lost some guys. Piedmont did.
They lost Pinto, yeah.
But his little brother supposedly is going to be the quarterback, I suppose. And they say he's really good. So people are freaking out about it. It's like when people picked Alabama to win. You picked them because of the coach most of the time. A lot of times you're like, was Alabama going to beat Clemson that year? And you're like, I don't know. Clemson's really good. But Nick Saban's the coach. So.
Right.
Now, Georgia's problem with Alabama now is not a Saban problem, Birge. What is it?
I don't know. They can't. Lately, they can't beat them unless it's the second game. There,
you got to beat them in the. Georgia beats them when it matters, though, in the SEC title game. Here's another question. We'll get off because this came up on a comment section Friday night. Because of this non-conference game, if we go to 24 teams, we're going to have to dump a regular season game. Mm-hmm. So your Chattanooga games are going to have to go away. 1, 2, because you got to be done with college football before end of January. You can't go to 2014 playoff. We're going to have to dump a regular season game, and the conference games will have to go away. Is the SEC title game still important to you? Go.
I don't think they should even have one.
Here's the first thing that comes to mind when you ask me that question. Georgia and Alabama played in it last year, correct?
Yeah.
And Georgia, what was it like, 28-7 or I can't.
It wasn't a good game. 28-7.
Did anybody get anything out of that win? Nobody moved.
No.
If they're not valuing, if they're not going to drop or raise people, then what good is the game? Now I get it. If you can say, hey, I went through this gauntlet of a schedule, and I've heard people say it's harder to win the SEC championship than the national championship. I mean,
bull crap.
Well, most of the time, the SEC title game is a national championship. Most of the time,
here's the reason why they say that. It's because when you go to these other conferences, you don't have the level of competition.
Well, that's
Would
true.
you not agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
The Big Ten in general, overall in a conference, their strength of schedule is 50. It's like 52 or 3. The overall strength of schedule for the SEC as a conference is like 7. It's not even close. So the SEC title game has 2 teams that are more closely evaluated in talent based on NFL. And Indiana fans, please come on here and comment and say something stupid because I'll cuss you dumb ass out again. Your talent level is not – I don't care if you beat Alabama 100-0. It's not the same talent level because your strength of schedule, you play nobodies. So the SEC title game to me, is it still important? I like it because I'm old. But like Bird said, here's the question. If it don't benefit, because obviously strength of schedule is not mattering a ton to this committee, it did somewhat. But if a 10-2 SEC team, are they going to get overlooked because they're 10-2 because they lost the SEC title game and now they have 2 losses over a 1-loss Big Ten team that has a Notre Dame's strength of schedule this coming year is 67. So you're telling me if Bama loses to Auburn at the end of the year and lost to Tennessee on the road, that a 1-loss Indiana team that their only loss was to Ohio State, they'll get in over Alabama. I guess, well, will they?
Probably.
I don't know.
It's like Bird said, if it's not going to be important, you're not going to value the conference game, then why even play it?
Exactly.
I mean,
what good is it? What do we do? I want to see it. If you're asking me, Matt, do you want to see the SEC title game? I do. It has value because you still have a champion of what I feel like has the most elite talent. in the
And it's
conference.
normally a great game. I mean, you're talking about star-studded players and teams.
Alabama had 7 starters out of that game. Georgia had 4.
Yeah.
Both teams were beat up.
Mhm.
We don't know, because we play 9 conference games and we're so beat up on each other. When Indiana is playing Rutgers, Northwestern, North Texas, and Kennesaw State, well, Georgia and Bama, they play cupcakes too. Yeah, like usually game 1. The stretch of our conference in the middle, like in October, we're not playing Saskatchewan State like the Big Ten does. I went through this the other day. I pulled up Indiana schedule. Bring it up. They'll be on here. Trust me. When this video goes up and I load it on YouTube, there'll be Indiana fans. Well, y'all play cupcake. Your strength of schedule is 67, Jack Wagon. Ours is 10. Alabama strength schedule was like 16 last year. Georgia's was like 20. This year, Georgia's strength schedule is way easier this year. They got a really easy schedule this year. But last year, it wasn't. So I want to see the SEC title game, personally. But if the loss knocks out, Bama lost it last year. What if the SEC title game knocks the team out of a playoff game? Well, they got losses. Is the committee really watching football to say, well, they have another loss, but it was in the conference title game? So,
yeah, what's it matter?
Average conference strength.
This is S&P plus. I don't even know.
I don't know
how to
S&P
figure out
plus.
that metric. Those numbers don't look right at all.
No, we did this last year. Yeah. It may be this year. They may be different, but there's no way, because the Big Ten has – how many teams they have? 19?
Yeah.
Teams in the Big Ten. We got 16. You'll have to wait till the polls and rankings come out, really. There's no way to do it because there's no rankings. There's no way our worst team – like, who's the worst team in the Big Ten? UCLA? Northwestern?
Probably Maryland or no, I don't know. Rutgers maybe. I don't know.
So could Auburn bring well, Auburn's already beat UCLA.
Yeah.
Right? So
here's some more numbers that I got, and it's right on with what you said. SEC averaging about 10th on strength of schedule, Big Ten the 40th, ACC 58, Big 12 61st, and Pac-12 83rd.
It's just where their teams are ranked at. Now, you Big Ten people like Manny is going to say, well, they start the SEC out in the goddamn preseason ranked in the top 15. No wonder their strength schedule is good. Hell, their teams ain't played nobody, and they got South Carolina at 15. How do they know they're good? They get that SEC bump. It's because of who they have on the team, because their talent is coming out of Georgia, Florida, and Texas. It's not coming out of some jackwagon school up in Chicago somewhere that's got like one good school in the state when Georgia's got like 30 good freaking high schools in the state. That's why.
There you go.
So that's FPI. Yeah. So out of ranking out of 138 teams, the toughest schedule SEC was 10. That's what I saw last year. In the Big Ten, they were 47th at one time. And that's just because where teams are ranked at. All the SEC teams rank in the top 20 nationally. 14 of the top 15 toughest schedules are SEC teams. SEC averages strength of schedule is 10.2, and the next closest is the Big Ten at 40th. So it just is what it is. So Indiana, you can go pee your pants and cry to your mama and take Curtis Hignady and roll him up real tight and stick him up where the sun don't shine, because we really don't give two craps that you got one trophy. You don't even have a trophy case. You got like you got like a fireplace. You got like a mantle with a trophy sitting on it. Shut up, miss me on the bullshit, and go to the Bryant Denny Hall over there and go to Bear Bryant Museum and look at all the trophies over there, and then holler back at me, idiots. And they think they're really doing what's Michigan cheated to even win theirs. We're hearing more news every month. Something new comes out about Michigan. Harbaugh ruined that university. Mm-hmm. That's the dirtiest, scandalous place I've ever seen in my life. And Auburn fans, none of us are excited about the guy that got charged from Yale, Alabama about trafficking. It's terrible. I think they should string the guy up by his toenails. But we really don't need to hear from a university that hired Freeze as a coach that had a 15-year-old getting undressed in front of him and hired hookers, caught emails, phone, all that is legit. All that stuff is for people to see. And your fan base is cool with that, but you want to come out and blast Big Brother. Shut up. That's so stupid. I know it's just fun and we're having jacking back and forth between each other because it's rivalries, right? Alabama, Auburn. There's no rivalry. I mean, Auburn ain't beat us in 6 years. But a fan base that hired a freaking drunk weirdo. Now he's redeemed from what he's done, and that's great. And I hope that all that is stuck and true, and I hope Freeze has a fantastic life. But dude, Freeze ain't no saint. He did way worse things than he was part of that same kind of stuff too. And it's not like he's on the staff at Alabama. It's not like he's a coach. He's just some guy that's part of some team that puts together funding. So y'all hold your breath on all that stuff. That's stupid too.
All right, Tim.
Yes, sir. The Pac-12's returning to the season. That can be terrible. They got like Fresno State, or have you seen the teams in the Pac-12?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old MAC or something, ain't it?
It's a mixture. Yeah.
We won't know who they are. They're government crushed there, and I ain't going to do politics, but you can look it up and find out for yourself. Their governor, when they killed football in 2020 and wouldn't let them play, they no funding. All the money left the state, and they run taxes way up on everything, and people are running out of the state, so it's killed college football. Sadly, it has.
I have heard that the Oregon State could be a vast improved team. I've heard they got a lot of transfers in, and they're going to be talented. They might challenge Boise for that title. I mean, you got to think about it. One of these teams is going to be probably in the college football playoff, depending on how the other comes.
That's so stupid. I'm so sick of it. I don't want to see. I don't want Tulane. God dang it, man. Nobody wants to see 55-50 Georgia TCU, and that wasn't even a non-power team. Tulane got their britches blowed off. I mean, we got to stop doing it. Let them have their own. Dean brought it up 5 years ago. Just give them a
mid-major.
Go play. Yeah, you have a trophy. Here it is. Put it on TV on ESPN2. Booyah, we'll celebrate it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's football.
Yeah, but I don't want to see
Tulane
play Ohio State. It's going to be hot tomorrow. So if y'all are outside workers, drink plenty of Pedialytes and Zach and all that stuff. Y'all take care of yourself. Keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God as always. And we'll catch you next time.